a 30-year resident of Venice, and I'm president of the Venice Stakeholders Association. And as the chief knows, I started an online petition to retain our good Captain Roberts. And I want to explain the difference he's made in a way that all the officers here and the chief may be able to appreciate why I started that and why Captain Roberts is so different than anyone else since John Peters. We have lots of laws on the books, and I have been trying, and I'm a former legislative analyst for the city of Los Angeles. I can read them, I understand them, I've had conversations with Claudia Martin about them, I've had conversations with all of your predecessors about them, including Commander Choi and Commander Burka. No one, until Captain Roberts, would admit that yes, we could enforce those laws and we could make a difference. He is the first one that has said we can't consistently do it, and he had the daring to actually go and do it. He got in the room, and I'll admit that Taylor Baisley was there, and Kristen Delatorre, whose idea was 30 residents on Grand, and said, you put planter boxes around this post office, we'll enforce ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. And we pulled together, we raised over $30,000. We mobilized all of the residents in that area. People donated weekends, they donated plants, and you'll notice that it is now pristine. We just replicated, some other residents took our lead and just did that over on Palms and Lincoln. He is the one that basically, along with Taylor saying, oh, we'll look the other way on the permit, which was astounded me. First time I ever got any support from the councilman's office on doing anything to help residents. But that made a huge difference in that little microclimate. And he's the one that basically set that up and put his officers behind it and made it happen. Then I went to him about the boardwalk. And I said, you know, you have the curfew. None of this stuff should be there. You cannot take anything larger than will fit in a 60-gallon bin across the boardwalk, onto the grass, onto the concrete, onto the beach. And everything must leave at night, at 12 o'clock. And that's the part that's still, on the grassy area, not happening. And there's this pissing match going on between Rec and Parks and the police. Recs and Parks says, we put the signs up. The police are the ones that should enforce it. And the police are logically saying, well, this is your property, your signs, you enforce it, we'll back you up. So what happens? Nothing happens. There's still a lot of crap on the grass. Okay? My question is, Chief Moore, when he leaves, who is going to show that leadership in the Pacific Division? And I've had good interactions with Commander Setzer. I thought that they were kind of working in tandem, and maybe he will provide that same leadership. But I'm saying is that we have not had that leadership until he got here, and I'm concerned that with his going, we'll go right back to, oh, we're just doing our job.
So I'm proud of every person that's up here as well as around here, because while we're all different people and we have varying styles, we're all trying. And I'm convinced that the team that we have here today and the team that we'll have here tomorrow will work together and will solve these issues. I will tell you the solution that you gave to planners is not a perfect solution. And it is one that is currently, while it's not the department's position, to enforce the requirements relative to bulky items on sidewalks. That solution that you have is one that the city and this neighborhood has got to work through. And so with that, just plain spoken, that's not a fault of Jay or anyone else. That's people trying. And in that trying, we're going to try to get it right. Going forward, this is a command that's going to try to get it right. And it's going to try to get it right as far as a shared responsibility. This is not us against you. And by the way, this is the only resource. And we are the solvers of all problems, great and small. It doesn't work that way. This is the dilemma that we're in. Every problem that you've talked about is a problem of our society, and there's many drivers. Our commitment is to use our best tradecraft that we know of. We talk about locations that are gathering points, that are anchor points for crime. We have strategies that can help that, but won't necessarily solve that. You know, having sandbags doesn't make a dam. Right? It's a temporary measure of dealing with a drainage problem. And there's policing tactics that are like a sandbag. Structurally, you still have problems, but we're trying to address a phenomenon that's before us. So our community is going to keep trying, keep coming to work with us, and we're going to work with you. And again, as you have a personal favorite, I applaud that, but I'll tell you, I have many personal favorites, and I'm surrounded by them. And God bless them all for what the work is. They're going to make it. They're going to make you proud. I'm convinced that we come back here in a couple months, and you'll see the continued growth of this command and its efforts to improve safety.